Hey candle lovers, and welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be a little bit different because I wanted to make something extra special for Women's History Month. So we're gonna be making some marble body candles to celebrate the woman's body. I think the woman's body is magnificent, beautiful, and so majestic. It's not only able to give us everything that we need, but it experiences so many different changes throughout our entire lives, which I think should be celebrated. So we're gonna be making 3 different body candles today to show the different phases that a woman's body goes through. So to begin, the first thing that I'm gonna do is set up my molds, and for that I'm just using a pointy skewer so I can poke a hole inside the mold so that I can insert my wick in them. If not, you're not going to be able to burn your candle unless you use a wax melter. If you don't have one of these, don't worry. You can use a knife, a hairpin, a thermometer, or anything that you have around that's pointy that can go through something that's very thick. And when you're inserting your wick inside the mold, I recommend that you insert it upside down, meaning that the bottom piece with the wick tab is sitting at the very top of the candle. This is super important because you want your mold to be able to lay flat when you're pouring your wax into the mold itself. If not, your candle is going to be lopsided. The next things that I'm going to be using in this process are rubber bands. This is going to be to secure the molds all together because some of them are cut on the side. So I'm using the rubber bands to secure them all together so when I pour my wax into the mold, it doesn't leak to the side at all. And then of course I'm securing the wick in place using a wick holder so that it doesn't move around when I pour the wax into the mold. If you don't have a wick holder, you can use different things around your house. I've seen people use forks, chopsticks, hairpins, clothespins, and several other things just to secure their wicks in place so that it doesn't move around and so their candles can burn properly. And yes, I'm repeating this process for all 3 molds except for the second one where I didn't have to use any rubber bands because that mold itself was not cut on the side. And for those of you who are new to candle making, I definitely recommend that you measure your wax and set it to melt first so that when you're prepping your candle jars or your molds or whatever type of candle that you're making, you're able to just go straight into mixing and pouring your wax after you're done preparing your jars or containers. This saves a lot of time because you don't have to wait for your wax to melt after you've set your containers or your molds. If you need a wax melter recommendation, I definitely would suggest that you get the one that I'm using right now. It is a smaller wax melter that's able to melt small batches of wax in a very short period of time. You can check out my link below so that you can save some money if you want to get yourself one of those. But I think it's super convenient, especially if you're making small batches of candles at a time. Now, the next thing is just picking out my colors. And honestly, there was nothing special about this. I just picked out the colors that resonated with me the most, some of my favorites, and some that I thought would be cute on candles specifically. So they were red, blue, purple, and pink. And to add them onto the candles with the marble effect, I just poured them inside in different ways. Some were straight on the mold, some were at the very bottom, and for some I did multiple colors, and for some I did just one color. So you know the vibes, just do what fits your specific aesthetic. And while I was doing that, I noticed that one of the homeless cats in my neighborhood that I feed on a regular was on my balcony. So just wanted to let you guys say hi. This is Vil. I named him. Yes, they stay on my balcony all the time, just chilling, eating, and all the vibes. But I wanted to also show you guys how fast my wax melter works because this happened within the 5 minutes or so that I was setting up my candle molds. The wax was completely melted by the time I was done, so I was able to just move on to the next step, which is just pouring and measuring my wax and my scents and mixing them together so I can pour them into the molds. And for For those of you guys who are unsure about the melt point, the pouring, and the mixing temperatures of your specific wax, what I recommend is just following what your company that you bought your wax from recommends. You should find all of that information on their website when you're making your purchases. Just make sure that you're mixing your wax and your fragrance together for at least 2 minutes so that the wax and the fragrance can really get incorporated, and one specific part of your candle is not holding all of the fragrance in one place. And when you're done, obviously you can pour your wax into your mold based on the temperature that your company recommends. I repeat this for all 3 candles, making sure that they're completely full all the way to the top. But you may also notice that when you make molded candles, the wax kind of caves in, which is perfectly fine. It is okay. What you can do is just melt the top layer with a heat gun after, or pour more wax into the top of that candle, which is technically the bottom, but you get my point. And then of course you let all of that cool down completely until the evening, a few hours later, or the next day, so that when you're unmolding your candles, there are no issues with them falling or breaking apart or anything like that. For me specifically, I experienced some issues with the bottom pieces. So what I'm doing right now is just melting that bottom layer and making sure they're all even so my candles can actually sit perfectly fine when I take them out of their molds. After that, I just go ahead and use my wig trimmers so that I can trim the wigs to the correct length and unmold my candles right after. This is honestly the hardest part for me when I'm making molded candles, because I always feel so scared that I'm going to break my candles when I'm unmolding them. So I have to be extra careful throughout the process, making sure that I open the mold all the way through and that I don't drop the candle like you just saw. But I was able to remove each and every single one safely, and they all came out so beautifully and so different from each other, which I absolutely loved, because once again, we're celebrating women's bodies and the differences that you can see throughout them. So this is why I picked different colors for them and did different color schemes, because I wanted each of them to be very unique in their own way. So I was super happy with the results for each and every single one of them. And my absolute favorite was the last one that I unmolded. I don't know why, but I absolutely loved how the colors kind of shaped with the body and kind of drooped behind and then front, and it was absolutely amazing. One of the most satisfying things that I've ever seen. But that is it. I hope this video was a beautiful reminder to embrace your body in all of its phases, regardless of what society continues to shove down your throat. You are a woman and you are beautiful. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.